And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Cameron Woolley Show. With me is Ming Chen.
What's up, everybody?
And I'm Cameron Woolley. There's a natural that intro, just like riding a bike.
Yeah. It's like you didn't skip a beat.
Bike. I was supposed to be in here yesterday, but my car's battery was totally cooked.
What happens when you don't drive? You didn't drive for 4 months, correct?
Oh, but it was a month. My mom drove it like once a month, but the battery just completely died on it.
Okay.
Anyways,
what great timing.
Yes.
What great timing. Actually, it worked out, though.
Yeah, it worked out because the shit decided to hit the fan. Like,
yes.
I walked in, when I just walked in there, I was like, thank God we didn't record. Thank God we pushed this off until today. Because today, at least in baseball, everything sort of happened in New York.
Yeah.
Literally in the span of 12 hours, everything flipped on its head.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like they...
For one, the Yankees did their press conference with Aaron Judge to officially get that squared away. They name him captain.
Okay, he passed his physical, I guess.
He passed his physical, and then the Mets go out there, like Carlos Correa, something with the physical, backs out of his deal at the 11th hour because something with insurance or whatnot. And then Steve Cohen, who has no concept of financial discipline, which is a good thing.
Right.
Which is a good thing. Like,
yes.
I love Steve Cohen.
I love him too.
Is amazing.
It's good for baseball.
Goes out and signs Carlos Correa to a deal that's only like $26 million AAV. For a guy like Carlos Correa, that's a steal.
Still 12 years.
For an elite shortstop who's going to move to third base, which that'll square itself out eventually. The Yankees did the same thing with A-Rod.
Yeah.
It's fine. The Mets have an amazing infield, although looking at that roster top to bottom, $500 million should get you a roster with no holes.
They got holes.
Meanwhile, the Mets still have, I think certain positions leave a bit more to desire.
Yes.
I know you go on FanGraphs, their steamer projections.
Yeah, let's
you got like top to bottom, okay. Brandon Nimmo, Starling Marte, Francisco Lindor, Pete Alonso, Jeff McNeil.
Okay, good. And then
Carlos Correa, Mark Canha, Dan Vogelbach, Eduardo Escobar, and then at catcher, it says Thomas Nido on there, but that's outdated. They got Omar Narvaez, who isn't that good. He's better than James McCann, but and this obviously makes someone like Brett Beatty maybe a bit of a trade chip. Yeah.
They're pretty stacked, though.
I'm not going to sit here and say, the Yankees have to make a corresponding move to the Mets and signing them. It's no. The Mets don't live rent-free in my head. A lot of Yankee fans who don't admit that the Mets live rent-free in their head.
But you can't help...
Yeah, I know.
You can't ignore them.
I know.
You can't ignore them.
I tweeted this morning when Ryan Garcia, the head of Fireside Yankees, who's doing a fantastic job over there. I tweeted it's Yankee fans are making this a PR nightmare. I'm well, the fact that it's a team in New York, the Yankees and Mets have constantly been compared and scaled against each other.
Ever since the 60s,
when the Mets go out there and spend money on a guy like Carlos Correa, a guy who was at a position of need for the Yankees, who was passed on last offseason for the utter waste of atoms known as Isaiah Kiner-Falefa.
IKF in the house.
And Anthony Volpe and Oswald Peraza, who, when Peraza came up and was hitting well, they still left him benched anyways.
Right.
So obviously, when the team crosstown, who is constantly compared to you, they go out and make moves like this and improve the team. Granted, the Mets before the Correa signing didn't improve their team that much. They sort of went sideways. They replaced DeGrom with Verlander, which honestly, any replacement of Jacob DeGrom is going to be a downgrade. Even a pitcher like Justin Verlander.
Even a World Series winning, Cy Young Award winning pitcher.
Yes, Cy Young Award winning pitcher, yes. But any pitcher is a downgrade from Jacob DeGrom, pure talent-wise. Yes, I know availability and injuries, but from a talent
talent, I'll give you that.
From a talent standpoint, anybody is a downgrade from Jacob DeGrom.
Yeah.
But from this, honestly, looking at the rosters top to bottom, if the Yankees go out and gradually and they bring up Peraza and Volpe to replace Isaiah Kiner-Falefa and Josh Donaldson, that actually I don't know if they will. I don't know if they cut the dead weight with certain guys.
If they're hitting 380 and one starts hitting not even 350 or 3 anything, and throw some power in there, they'll bring them up.
Maybe
have no choice to.
Was killing it in AAA for a while. That they were maybe moving him, but then Peraza ended up not getting traded. And then they've tried trading Peraza, multiple times, and then maybe there's something with Brian Reynolds, but I doubt that happens. The Yankees have passed up on 2 great free agent shortstop classes.
Yes, they have.
In anticipation for these prospects to come up. Which is honestly just is Hal Steinbrenner saying, "Hey, I don't want to foot another $300 million bill."
And I believe in these guys.
To Hal Steinbrenner's credit, he has spent a lot of money this offseason. I'm not going to give him that much credit for doing the bare minimum and keeping Judge.
Give him a little credit.
I will give him a little credit for doing the bare minimum.
Could have gone to the Bay Area, man.
I'll give him a little credit for doing the bare minimum and keeping Judge.
Okay.
But I will give him credit for going out there and signing Carlos Rodon.
Okay. That's going to be big. Hopefully.
And also, I don't know if you've been hearing, but there's this bigger than Rodon move that's been
bandied about. Yes.
That's been, Michael Kay has been talking about it. A lot of people, a lot of, sketchy sources on Twitter have been saying stuff about this.
Okay.
I am part of the school of thought that the Yankees
are
not completely done. I don't think they're going to go out there and do something crazy. I think they're just going to do small things like they have to clear up a 40-man spot for Tommy Kahnle.
Yes.
And I think that they cleared up the 40-man spot for Judge they cleared up the 40-man spot for Rodon by DFAing Junior Fernandez, a guy that they just randomly traded for.
Right.
I thought he had a bit of upside, but
not your problem anymore.
For the Carlos Rodon, it's fine. But the 40-man spot for Tommy Kahnle is still needing to be freed up. I know for a fact they are trying to rid themselves of Donaldson and Hicks.
Good luck.
I know for a fact they're trying to do that.
What does someone have a spare bag of balls that they'll trade for Donaldson? Because I don't. Good luck with that.
Some team out there.
Who's desperate enough to Josh Donaldson?
Somebody out there is stupid enough to take a deal.
Maybe
for Josh Donaldson.
The Giants have a spot open now.
The Giants have a spot open on their infield. That's right.
I think this big signing.
No, honestly, Giants fans, they deserve what they've been through the last few weeks.
How so?
Because I had to see that stupid Photoshop of Judge in a Giants uniform all year.
That was Arson Judge, not Aaron Judge.
Arson Judge.
That was Arson Judge.
Yeah.
Thank you, John Heyman. Thank you, John Heyman.
I didn't tell you the story about my experience with the Arson Judge.
Please tell me the story, because I know
every Yankee fan, that's a "Where were you?" moment.
Sure,
that is a "Where were you?" moment.
I was
history.
here. I believe I was here. It was. What time was it? What day? Do you remember? Tell me your story. Tell me your story, because
I'm going to look at the calendar because I remember.
That was awesome. That was great.
It was.
I know your heart stopped as well, and that your heart stopped.
It was December 6th.
Okay.
Sometime in the evening.
Okay.
Around 6, 7-ish.
Okay.
I was in here. My college's library.
Okay.
Writing a paper that I had due the next day. And by writing a paper, I mean I was refreshing Twitter and writing a sentence every 20 minutes.
Yes.
Because it was a really hard paper to write. It was a slog. Nothing was coming to my head when it comes to papers. And normally, I'm a fluent writer. It's just that Just it was in a class I had little to no interest in.
Yes, and then, a lot of stress going on.
I was just sitting there at one of the computers that they had there, just refreshing Twitter, refreshing Twitter. And then I saw the Heyman tweet, Arson Judge going to the Giants. I immediately text my dad. It's like, oh, dude, Judge the Giants. Heyman tweeted it. I'm like, which up to this point, I trusted John Heyman as a reporter.
Up until that point, very reliable.
And then like, immediately, my dad calls me to try and talk me off the ledge, like in the middle of the library. I go into a hallway in the library, whispering obscenities.
Right.
I told him he was trying to cope with that. It's like, you look at the postseason numbers. I'm like, no. There really would have been no way to justify him leaving.
No. So
there would have been no way to justify him leaving. This team, like if this team had a myriad of issues with the guy who was going through the best season in Yankee history.
Yes.
Then imagine the lineup without him. And I know they probably would have pivoted to Carlos Correa and gone after. I think the pursuit for Brian Reynolds would have been a lot.
How do you make up for that production? You can't.
You can't make up for that production.
You cannot.
Like Correa and Reynolds combined, I think they put up close to the amount of F-WAR combined that Judge put up last year.
Billy Beaton's like, we'll make it up in the aggregate.
Yeah, in the aggregate. the aggregate. I'd say you can't replicate Judge in the aggregate.
Yeah. No, you can't. You can't. There's no Moneyball sabermetric that can make up for that kind of production. Plus, the lost revenue, the fan base, the face of the franchise.
I think that's why Steinbrenner went to the lengths he did.
They did the math.
The amount of money.
They did the math.
The amount of money. They have people who analyze like the amount of jerseys people wear and how many people are wearing Judge jerseys, Cole jerseys, Stanton jerseys.
Jerseys.
Rizzo jerseys.
The Judge's chamber is gone. Come on.
And we know that the photo, like the New York Post cover of the photo of them removing the Judge's chambers in Yankee Stadium the same day.
Right on the front page.
The Mets signed Carlos Correa. That would be...
What's the stupid headline? I'm not even clever enough to come up with that. But the all rise no more. Or, I don't know, guilty. Or I don't know. It could be any stupid headline.
I will give this to the New York Post. The headline writers at the New York Post are second to none.
Yes.
They are amazing at what they do.
Yes. Whoever's doing that, give them a raise. Yeah,
but I'm sure they probably make a bunch of money. Dude, it's the sports headline writer for the New York Post. I'm sure they're well compensated.
Yeah. So you're happy about 9-year, $360 million, $40 million AAV.
I didn't care what they gave him. It's not my money.
No, it's not.
It's not my money. Why should I care? Why should I care in a salary capitalist sport about how much money the billionaire who runs my favorite team gives to
if you think about it,
what she can easily afford.
0.00001% if you go to a game or buy a jersey that is your money in there somewhere.
Yeah. Somewhere.
You watch the Yes Network. That's that comes
I watch the Yes Network. I give them ratings. Ratings means advertisers pay more,
and someone pays that cable bill.
I took a media class.
Okay.
I took my intro to communications class. That's how it works.
Okay.
That's how it works.
Right.
The audience drives how much advertisers pay for space on a network. If Judge left, a lot less people would be watching Yankee games.
Yes.
On the Yes Network, people would have canceled subscriptions. I know I would have.
They would have become Mets fans. More money in Steve Cohen's pocket.
I wouldn't have become a Mets fan. I would have just been super, super duper jaded.
Yeah.
I would have just become a super jaded fan. I would have pivoted more of my coverage to football and hockey instead of baseball.
Sure.
That would have significantly fractured my love for baseball.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Unless Carlos Correa and Brian Reynolds were coming in within 24 hours of that happening.
No one's going to give them the love that they gave Aaron Judge, though, man.
Yeah, I would have been
It came up in their system.
I would have begrudgingly been okay, Carlos Correa and Brian Reynolds, those are very good players. And then there were people making the arguments like, oh, they shouldn't pay Judge what he wants. I'm like, first of all, it's not your money.
Right.
Second of all, the point I made before, if you thought this team was bad with Judge, imagine how terrible it's going to be without him, even with Carlos Correa and Brian Reynolds.
Yeah. Thank God they got that deal done.
Yeah, thank God. I mean, if...
Were you sweating at any point, John Heyman?
Yes.
Erroneous tweet aside.
It was like the worst 10 minutes of my life. Yes. It was up there. Up there with like the worst moments of my life. I lived in a world for 10 minutes where Aaron Judge wasn't a New York Yankee.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I don't want to go back to that world. At any point in my life, I do not want to go back to that point in time, to a universe where Aaron Judge is not a New York Yankee.
Just hitting bombs into McCovey Cove.
I mean, he has oppo power, but not that much oppo power. He can't hit one in the McCovey. Oh, the hell am I kidding?
Yeah, of course he can.
He can hit them like.
Of course he can.
He can hit them 450 the other way. What the hell am I kidding?
Yeah,
he would probably hit one. He'd be hitting a bunch in the McCovey Cove. God, don't fill my head.
Yeah, no, I felt happy for you. Now he remains in the AL East, which I'm not happy about. But whatever.
Your team. Hey, I will say, I kind of thought you guys were going to make a play on Rodon.
I thought our team would make a play on anybody, to be honest with you.
But like all the headlines saying we're ready to spend, from the Orioles. But I'm sure you didn't believe those headlines.
Yeah, Mike Elias has backed off on that statement. There's speculations he was drunk when he said that. Now I don't know if you read this.
Really?
Yeah, there's speculation that he was.
I don't follow or cover the Orioles. That's your jurisdiction.
There's speculation he was drunk when he said he was. The words "liftoff" were bandied about. We're ready to spend all that. There was speculation he was drunk when he said all that. So,
yeah. Oh my God.
It's the Orioles.
Of course he's gonna stay him.
Peter Angelos.
Peter Angelos doesn't care.
No, he's worth $2 billion. He's fine. But
what company does Peter Angelos own again?
Well, he was a lawyer. He made a lot of money on the asbestos settlements from the 80s, 90s. He made his fortune off that.
Oh.
But now he's getting old. The control's going over to his sons. It's very much like the Steinbrenners, and two of the sons don't like each other, and there's a whole
that way. Hey, the family feud means the team will probably sell, which is terrible news for me.
That is also speculation.
So I'm already going through I'm already trying to process the fact that the Washington football team is being sold by Dan Snyder.
Yes.
Thank
God.
I'd love to have. I loved Dan Snyder because, regardless of the Eagles and Cowboys, it didn't matter.
I've never heard those words come out of anybody's mouth.
It didn't matter how good
the
Eagles and Cowboys were, or how dysfunctional the Giants would become.
Right. You could always.
I could always count on Dan Snyder
screwing
being
up,
worse.
I could
always count on that.
Poor decisions.
Yeah, bad. Everything terrible.
Signing bad players, getting into legal trouble, getting into moral trouble. Yes, for sure.
And that's only he's being investigated. I remember reading a year ago he's being investigated by Congress. What the hell happened with that? I don't know what happened. It just went away. All I know is that he's in the process of selling the Washington team of football.
So they say. We'll see if that actually happens.
It'll probably, the league might be forcing him to sell. That's how these things usually go.
Yeah. I moved to the Washington area right after he bought the team, and he was super young when he got it too. He just made a bunch of money off this weird advertising company. And
they bought a football team.
They bought a football team, but from day one, he was like that. We all have that spoiled rich kid friend that we don't like, who gets everything, who maybe gets gets that top of the line thing and doesn't know what to do with it. And while we're super jealous, we just see him as that spoiled rich kid who's always making bad decisions.
But still making money, but his dad bails him out of jail.
Yeah, exactly, all the time. And then his rich family just keeps.
Part of me thinks you're speaking from a very specific experience.
Oh sure. Oh yeah. I think all of us have that friend, but I did too, many times in my life. And
there weren't many snooty rich kids at Voyagers. There were never snooty rich kids like that.
Yeah, it was my neighbors. The kid behind me was real long story short, kid behind me, his parents got divorced, so he got anything he wanted. And,
because all he had to do was pit his parents in a bidding war.
They wanted to buy his love, and he got everything, but then he ended up breaking it or not, not appreciating it. And it drove me nuts.
Like he'd get like a Super Nintendo, a Sega Genesis,
the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier, like all
G.I. Joe aircraft.
The one I would have killed for.
Yeah, back when like toys were a thing.
Yeah, for sure. Can I guess I'll congratulate Aaron Judge on his captaincy. Announced today.
Yeah, that's
Aaron Judge, 16th captain of the New York Yankees.
Yeah, just amazing. Everybody knew it was coming. He was already like the de facto captain of the team when he came up in his rookie year.
Yeah. Now it's official.
Everyone was like, franchise cornerstone, homegrown superstar. This guy's the captain.
Yeah. Jeter before him.
Then before Jeter, it was Mattingly. Before Mattingly, I think it was Willie Randolph.
Yeah.
Jeter and Randolph were at the presser. Like, Jeter was at the table.
Yeah.
Jeter was actually at the table.
That's great.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yes. Now, the New York Yankees is the only MLB team with a captain. Everybody else has gotten rid of the captaincy. So, and to be honest,
teams have David Wright was the Mets captain.
He was
until he retired.
Yeah. Yeah. But
it's more of like a title. At this point,
it's symbolic. Yeah.
It's symbolic. Like, he's the leader of the team. It's not like the captain
does anything.
Sure, the captain
any power.
I'm sure at every single
responsibilities.
I'm sure at every big signing or big trade press conference that the Yankees do in the future, Judge is going to be there. Same way Jeter was there.
Right.
Like when the Yankees traded for A-Rod, Jeter was there. Like every big trade or signing that the Yankees make at the press conference, Judge is going to be there.
Yeah.
Again, more like a figurehead.
Yes.
But still, just like, it's a title. It's a prestigious title, like captain of the Yankees. It's a huge deal.
I like it. I wish all teams would bring this back.
But with the Yankees, I kind of like that the Yankees are the only team that does it because there's a lot of prestige that goes with being captain of the Yankees. And I know a lot of that prestige has worn off due to the Yankees becoming the Toronto Maple Leafs and Montreal Canadiens of baseball.
Yeah.
But still, that prestige hasn't completely worn off yet.
Well,
give it 15 more years of no rings, and then the reputation will really start to change. And after the Mets win a few with Cohen, then the reputation is gonna things are gonna shift.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. The Yankee captain doesn't wear like a C or anything. I don't think that they've ever done.
It's just a title.
Yeah,
it sounds like the captain.
Aaron Judge. Do you think he wrote that into his contract?
No. If he requested to be captain, he wouldn't have become captain. Like, you gotta not. It's sort of a thing where
if you don't beg for it.
If they gatekeep it that much, they're not going to become. Like, if you gatekeep it that much, nobody's going to be able to request becoming captain. Like, Judge's like, hey, can I become captain?
Right.
It's like, no, Judge, like, you gotta not want it in order for it to be bestowed.
Well, I don't know about Judge, but did maybe Scott Boras? he would ask for it.
Scott Boras wasn't his agent.
Oh, who's his agent? Where is his agent now? They're rolling in it right now.
Page something.
Okay.
Page something, who did a fantastic job with this whole thing. I complain so much about player agents being stupid and not squeezing every cent they can out of their players.
Yeah.
Judge's agent did good. It's a rare sight to see nowadays. Good agents in baseball.
Well, I think Scott
Alex Anthopoulos.
Paige Odell. All right. Paige Odell, now $40 million richer. Assuming that Paige got 10%, which is...
Yeah. Or $36 million.
Or 36 million.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right.
$4 million a year.
I can do math. I can do math. Yeah.
Do math.
For $1 million, not bad. And I'm imagining Paige has more than one client. So
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, like Scott Boras,
Scott Boras got everybody else worth anything. So
the top two pitchers in the Yankees rotation are Boras clients.
Yeah, for for sure. Can I ask you? So a lot of contracts being signed this year. They're ridiculous. These
what?
Terms,
it's not my money. It's not my money.
I know, but
good for the players.
I know, but
good for them.
These Brandon Nimmo, 8 years.
$20 million a year for Brandon Nimmo. It's long term. It's what the market demands. You communist.
These players are not that good.
And Brandon Nimmo is a solid outfielder.
Solid,
on
sure.
The open market. On the open market.
Solid, sure.
On the open market, you can't dictate what
I know,
these players want.
there
are teams that are crazy enough to go those.
All right, maybe I'm getting old.
It's the market.
Oh,
back in your day when you'd ride your dinosaur to Blockbuster.
Yeah, he would have gotten
the top contract was $60 million.
He would have gotten 4 years, $40 million, and that would have been great. Not 8 for whatever 160.
Like, 8 for $20 million a year for Brandon Nimmo is fine.
It's ridiculous.
Brandon Nimmo is a very good outfielder. The main reason the Yankees didn't go after him is because Hal Steinbrenner and Steve Cohen had a gentleman's agreement where they wouldn't try and poach players from each other.
Okay.
That's why Aaron Judge isn't a Met right now. Dude, if they didn't have that gentleman's agreement, or if they didn't shake on whatever they shook on, Judge would be in Queens. He'd be going to the same exact press conference as Carlos Correa.
Right.
The fact of the matter is, best free agent in MLB history, and yeah, it's just Judge would have been a Met if there wasn't a gentleman's agreement between Cohen and Steinbrenner.
Just insane. And all right, Correa, his first contract that didn't get picked up, 13 years, $380.
Yeah,
13 years, dude.
It's what the market demands.
These players get learned from DiPietro and the Islanders, and now granted it's hockey, but
hockey is a different sport than baseball.
The
players aren't going to allow them to cap it at 8 years.
I know that, but
the
13
big,
years,
like
dude.
13. Who cares?
13 years.
Who cares?
You're gonna be 31 when
this is what the market demands. Everybody knows the risk they're taking.
I know, but
everybody knows the risk they're taking when you go after one of these high-level players who demand a lot of money.
Double-digit years, though. These guys are going to be in their 40s when these contracts expire.
Yeah, does anybody care? All I can think about is how much Carlos Correa and Trey Turner are going to kill it on their respective teams. All I'm thinking about is how Xander Bogaerts is going to kill it on the Padres.
Yes, but for how long? And
I will say Dansby Swanson for his hitting production, that's a bit much. That's a tinge much. The only reason he had a super high F4 was because he had like 770 plate appearances.
Yeah.
Like he was a compiler, Dansby Swanson. I'm not crazy about Dansby Swanson. I will go out there and say that Edwin Diaz was an overpay. $20 million a year for a reliever is an objectively bad way to build a team.
And yeah, granted, he had a decent year last year.
Edwin Diaz had one of the best years for a reliever ever. I'm not trying to take anything away from Edwin Diaz.
Sure.
Just that if I'm the Mets, I let somebody else pay $20 million a year for a reliever because, as I have said, I am very cheap when it comes to relievers.
Yeah,
you can go out there and find anybody. Clay Holmes was.
Yeah.
All you need is a good foundation or pitching development for relievers. You spend big on starters. Starters are way harder to develop than relievers. The Yankees, to their credit, they have kind of learned from Aroldis Chapman and Zach Britton and Adam Ottavino.
Okay.
The Yankees spend at the top end of the rotation. They spent on Cole.
We did.
Who's been very good. Although regular season, I complained a lot about him, but in the playoffs, he shoved.
Yeah. And
the only reason he had a kind of bad start in Game 3 of the ALCS is because Harrison Bader, who never drops a pop-up, dropped a pop-up.
He did. then
Chas McCormick
wind up
hit
killing
a home
them.
run. Don't get me started on that shit. I have wrung that team to death. And I mean, some of these contracts I will say are overpays. Like Jameson Tyone, really? Really $17 million a year for a 5-starter on a
4
good
years,
team.
$68 million. Come on. He's not that. We both know he's not that good.
I mean, he's fine, but he's not amazing.
Great. Fine is 3 years, $30 million.
Like, he's not worth that much. Although, like, $10 million a year.
Maybe 36.
The market,
3 years, 36.
The market, it judges itself. Who cares about what these players are absolutely
I care because I got to buy tickets to these games.
Who cares? Baseball tickets are going to be expensive anyways. You're going to, like, also, how expensive are tickets at Camden Yards? Let's be honest.
They're not. They start at, like, $18 and they go up to $75.
The
That's
Yankee game I went to against Boston when Judge was at 60 home runs. By the way, that place was going batshit.
Yes.
At that time.
What'd you pay for those?
Upper deck, nosebleeds.
Okay.
Nosebleeds. I posted a picture on my Instagram from my... It's on my Insta, but, like...
Now, granted, I think the Orioles' payroll this year so far is like $80 million, if that. So, again, reflecting the ticket price.
For some reason, my Instagram doesn't want to load.
Yeah,
like, it's on my photos.
Okay, ballpark. Do you remember? Was it triple? Did you pay triple digits for those?
This view.
Yes, not terrible, but nosebleeds. Yeah,
upper deck.
Yeah, those are typically.
I paid $50 for these.
That's not bad. Okay,
I mean, on top of like the 25 that I spent on getting cheese fries for me,
of course,
and a hot dog for one of my friends at the time who still hasn't paid me back for the hot dog. So
dude, Venmo, you can, dude, Venmo and back. Come on, you got it. Use it.
I don't want to talk that. He's a weird dude.
Okay,
but.
Still, a debt is a debt.
Like, well, granted, it was like 20 of us going to the game, so it was nuts.
Yeah.
And it was a group of people that I only hung out with for the first month of the semester.
Sure. That's cool, though, bonding over at a game. Big game. It's Judge's 60th home run, you said.
No, I didn't see Judge's 60.
Okay.
It was when Judge was at 60.
He's at 60.
Chasing 61.
Okay.
I swear, every time he came up to play, of course, I was going crazy.
Right.
I was like, yeah. I swear, at least like 20,000 people had their phones out.
Oh, of course.
20,000
They'll record it, and then if you hit it out, then they put it on your Instagram story,
like,
your TikTok.
Time Judge came out, I'd look at the crowd, and I'd see people simultaneously, like tens of thousands of people simultaneously, reaching into their pocket and grabbing their phone. Just recording. I only recorded his first at bat.
Right. I mean,
and the Yankees ended up winning. It was super random. The only Yankee who hit a home run in that game was Aaron Hicks.
I
remember I was complaining, and he also got an RBI single in that game too.
Right.
Like, I was telling my friends, like, when Hicks came up, I was like, oh, God damn it, like, Hicks is up. And then when he hit a home run, I started laughing. I'm like, dude, I swear to God, that guy sucks.
He's the last guy in the stadium that anyone wanted to see a home run, hit a home run. Maybe not the last guy, but maybe the last.
During lineup introductions, Hicks was booed.
Come on.
Like, I booed him what?
Come on, Aaron.
We're Yankee fans. We're Yankee fans. We hate our own players.
Hence justifying Kate Upton's quote on why Verlander signed with the Mets. Like, we don't boo our own fans.
What the hell? What the hell does Kate Upton know?
She knows enough to marry Justin Verlander.
What the hell? What does Kate Upton know about it?
She's married to a Cy Young
She's married to just because. Oh yeah, what? What, just because my mom is a massage therapist, that means I know everything there is to know about muscles?
No, I guess not. No. You probably know a thing or two that the average person doesn't know, though.
Yeah, I know a thing or two that the average person doesn't know, but chances are I can't give someone a full body massage. Same way Kate Upton can't tell you how the psychology of
I like it though. I like she got fire. She doesn't just sit back. She
doesn't just sit back.
Give it back, man.
Samantha Judge was this close to Yoko Onoing the Yankees.
Oh yeah. And she also,
that quote came out.
What'd she say?
It's like it was.
Let me paraphrase.
Like in their high school yearbook, it was like Judge said his dream was to play for the San Francisco Giants. And it was like Samantha Judge. Like, I would say she almost did it. She almost Yoko Ono'd the Yankees.
Yeah. Well, in 9 years, he can go over there.
For all of you people who somehow don't know the story, Yoko Ono was the girl who John Lennon ended up dating. Did they end up getting married? But I don't know. John Lennon. All I know is
I think they were married.
John Lennon married Yoko Ono, this like J-pop star, and
broke up the Beatles.
It broke up the Beatles.
Broke up the Beatles. Greatest band of all time. No argument there.
Yeah,
you gonna argue that? Come on.
The Beatles, they're influential.
Sure.
I'd go out there and I'd say bands like Queen.
Sure.
I'd say bands like Queen, the Stones,
sure.
and Metallica.
Okay.
I'd say at the very least, Queen, the Rolling Stones, and Metallica. Clear them.
Right. Although my elderly mother.
Your elderly mother
knows who the Beatles are.
Yeah, everybody knows.
Everybody else,
everybody
I don't know.
knows who the Beatles are. You'd have to.
Yeah.
Like people might not know the John, Paul, George, and Ringo, but people know the Beatles.
Right.
Even though they broke up like 60 years ago, everybody knows the Beatles.
Yeah. Real quick, Correa now somehow fails his physical with the Giants, and like 4 hours later signs with the Mets, which cracks me up to know. I'm dying here. I'm cracked up to know, and we all know about the Mets medical staff. Not, they're not, they're not St. Barnabas Health. They're not, whatever that hospital is in New York, like Memorial Sloan Kettering. They're like Dr. Nick from The Simpsons. They're
like Dr. Hartman from Family
Guy. Dr. Hartman from Family Guy. Have you ever heard of such a thing happening? Not even in recent memory, but ever. Where a guy signs a huge contract, fails his physical, and then like literally not even a day later signs with another team for almost the same amount of money.
It does seem fishy now that
something's going on here.
It does seem fishy.
Yeah.
But they're going to get away. It's Scott Boras. He gets away with everything.
It is Scott Boras.
The Players Association isn't going to allow MLB to investigate their biggest representative.
Yeah.
The greatest representative the greatest agent in the history of American sports. I'm just going to go out there and say it. Scott Boras is one of, if not the most powerful human
track record wise, yes. Steering the direction of the game. Yeah, sure. For better or for worse.
He's got players a lot of money. Dude, it's a good thing for players to get paid.
Sure.
Scott Boras has been good for baseball.
This is crazy. Speculation that he's got some kind of weird back problem that is chronic, that he's had for a while, hasn't really affected his play. But could flare up in the span of 13 years.
Are you saying that Carlos Correa is going to become like a paraplegic because of his spine?
I've seen stuff like this happen before. Albert Bell, that was in recent memory with a degenerative condition.
Arthritis.
I
watched the YouTube video that had Albert Bell's contract in it, so I heard he had arthritis.
Yeah, now insurance pays that out when they injure themselves beyond and they have to retire early. But
I'm sure Steve Cohen has amazing like injury insurance, workers' comp insurance.
Sure, but they still get paid though during the duration of the contract. Even
they still get paid like by insurance.
Yes,
like a lot of it would be picked up by insurance, and I'm sure they have an annuity in there, like a Bobby Bonilla type thing.
Yeah,
where. Like, they just spread the rest of the contract out over an annuity.
Bobby Bonilla.
My finance professor actually explained, like, annuities in the context of the Bobby Bonilla.
It's a great analogy.
That's how I learned what an annuity was.
Yeah, it's a great analogy.
Oh, yeah, like, you would think I was talking about annuities. I'm like, is that like Bobby Bonilla with the Mets? Also, like, one of my, like, good friends on campus. He's a Mets fan, and I just brought it up to piss him off. Like, is that like Bobby Bonilla with the Mets? And I looked at him. My friend looked at me. He's like, dude, seriously? He's on cloud 9 right now.
Oh, sure.
My buddy.
Why is that?
Because he's a Mets fan.
Oh, okay. Well, hey.
And they just signed one of the best shorts. They have 2 of the top 5 shortstops on the planet on their team.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're great. Yeah, they're great on paper right now. They're great on paper.
I still don't think, like, if the Yankees actually play the players they're supposed to play, I think the Yankees are still a better team. That rotation and the Yankees pitching staff is better. The Yankees have, I'm just going to go out and say it, the Yankees have the best rotation in baseball. Bar none. Luis Severino is their 4. Do I need to go any further? Frankie Montas is their 5.
That's pretty good rotation.
Frankie Montas, even if he flares up, he's their 5. He's their 5 starter. And I don't think Montas is going to... Like, Montas' shoulder had issues.
Sure, he's also got tremendous upside, though, too. So
yeah, he He had shoulder issues. I think Montas is going to be really good this year. Or at least a really good for a 5-starter. Like a 3.5 ERA or something like that.
That would be...
Like something amazing for a 5-starter.
Right now,
you have Cole
2023.
You have Cole up at the top as a top 5 pitcher.
Yes.
Rodon was a top 10 pitcher.
Yes.
Was a lefty.
Yes.
In my opinion, Carlos Rodon, would you say Carlos Rodon is the best lefty in baseball? In terms of starting pitchers, Carlos Rodon is he the
of
best
the last
lefty?
2 years, yes. Of the last, he's only got a 2-year track record. Let's not get crazy here, but
I think it's been like get
2-year track record. So,
but Carlos Rodon, best lefty in baseball. Then at 3, you have Nestor Cortez,
yes,
we know what he can do.
We've seen it. He's great.
The wackiest, and I think it's going to sustain. Everyone's saying Nestor's going to regress. I'm like, dude, if Nestor Cortez was on any other team, nobody would be saying that Nestor Cortez was going to regress.
Well,
if Bartolo Colon was on the Yankees for the back end of his career, even though Colon was a Yankee for 1 year, people would find a way to hate Bartolo Colon if he was on the Yankees.
Yeah.
I love how like Rodon was being gassed up by the majority of the baseball community, and then he signed with the Yankees, and it's like, oh wait, whoa, wait, he's
now
overrated.
It's okay.
He single-handedly that move single-handedly got him knocked down 10 spots on most people's pitcher rankings.
Sure,
because he's a Yankee.
Yeah.
If people just hate the Yankees, I have no problem with it.
People hate the Yankees.
Hey, like the Yankees, the chances are at some point. Although I can't stand like Astros fans, for some reason the Yankees live rent-free in their head. Like I go on Twitter every single time there's like a tweet about the Yankees signing someone or something comes out that the Yankees are signing someone, Astros fans are always hog wild to say that their team is better. It's like, yeah, we know.
Well,
like, we know you're better than us.
Yeah.
We know.
I mean, chances are they're going to be facing each other in the playoffs many times over the next 9 years. The good Lord willing. And I'm here for it, man.
It's eventually we're gonna beat them. Eventually, it's gonna happen. Something stupid is gonna happen. Yeah. Something stupid, like some player's gonna go on a random Fugazi run.
Yeah.
Although that was supposed to be Harrison Bader last year, but
sure.
but like somebody's gonna go on a crazy run. A couple of guys are gonna get hot. Yeah. I've always said the way the Yankees.
All they gotta do is win 4. They just gotta win 4 games.
Yeah, they only got to get lucky.
You just got to win 4.
They got to get lucky 4 times. And eventually, the Yankees are going to beat the Astros, and that is going to be one of the best days of my life.
Yeah. Yeah, I almost called you in the ALCS. I when all hope was kind of lost. I saw $20 tickets for the ALCS. $20 in right field.
That's resale market.
Sure, but still, for a playoff game at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah. Well, because everybody
I was
knew.
Called you like, and I was gonna call you. I was like, dude, I got you. I got the tickets. Just make it down here. And
just to mess with me.
No, it would have been fun to because we haven't been to a game. We've never been to a Yankee game together.
I wouldn't have taken you up on that offer.
Really? Well, yeah.
But I would have been like, no, find someone else to go with. I literally would have told you, it's like, hey, it would be awesome. It would be awesome to see you at a game.
It's pretty hopeless.
It would be great, but I'm going to have to pass. Because I wasn't going to financially support
I would have understood. Plus, it was cold and rainy that day, too. Like,
I wasn't going to partake in the financial support of that team at that time.
Well, like you said, it wasn't your money. It wouldn't have been your money.
Yeah, I guess. But I would have bought, I would have bought something.
I would have bought you food.
Oh, man.
But you would have suffered. But I think they won that game, so...
No, the Yankees didn't win.
They didn't win that game.
They got swept.
That's right, they didn't win. That's right,
they got swept.
That's right, they did get swept.
Thank you for making me clarify
God,
that.
I thought they took at least one. Okay, never mind.
No, they got swept.
Oh, they did. They did have a lead for a little while.
They had a lead in Game 4. They led in Games 1 and 4.
Okay.
They had a chance to win. The only game where they were really out of it was Game 3.
Yeah.
Although nobody's really out of a game in the playoffs. Like, the playoffs are close games.
Yep. More often than not.
Like, even Houston, like, when they won the World Series, like, fairly convincingly, those were close games.
Yeah.
Although the Phillies gave them a run for their money.
Yeah, for sure.
for some reason, those fringe NL East teams. Look out for
they got hot.
Look out for the second place team in the NL East every year in the playoffs with like 88 wins.
They got really hot.
Some reason, like the last 3 legit years, a fringe NL East team has won the NL pennant.
Yeah. Is there anybody else you'd like to see signed this year? Before it's all said and done.
For the Yankees,
is there a trade coming? Is there another signing coming?
I am operating under the assumption that the Yankees have one more move in store. Whatever that move is, the Yankees do have one more move.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, it's relatively early. If you're listening to this in the future, we're not even at Christmas yet. We're about less than a week out of Christmas. A lot of stuff could still happen.
Hal Steimer said in a quote, "We're not done yet." So, which I don't know how much to. I don't know.
Hal Steimer says a lot of things.
Although, like this year, he's been keeping his word.
Right.
He very much improved the team with Rodon.
Yeah.
Like that is a huge signing.
Yeah.
In terms of a playoff rotation, oh my God!
Hey man, if you wait another year, you can sign Machado, who might opt out.
They're not gonna do it. They waited so much for Peraza and Volpe.
They don't need him.
They are gonna start. Oh my God! You know if they don't pan out, they're gonna be so stubborn with those guys. They're gonna keep them starting for 5 years, despite them.
They have so much invested in them.
Yeah, no, because they passed up on superstar after superstar after superstar after superstar.
Yeah.
Then the justification was Volpe and Peraza. You know if they don't pan out, and they're going to keep them for like 6 years.
Yeah.
6 years. Like those guys are going to be starting forever, regardless of how bad they are.
Yeah. Also, fond farewell to Matt Carpenter, who signed a 1-year deal with the Padres.
I understand.
He contributed.
I understand. He wasn't going to do that. He wasn't going to do that
again.
Again, he wouldn't do that again. He was looking for a starting DH role, and the Padres were willing to give that to him. Good for him.
Yeah,
I have nothing but love for Matt Carpenter.
Yeah, it's gonna be a crazy season. Bigger bases, like weird pickoff rules. No shift. It's gonna change everything.
Dude, if Joey Gallo just performed well this year and good enough for an extension. My God, left field would have been filled. A good Joey Gallo. Oh, God. Joey Gallo couldn't hit a beach ball.
Could not take the pressure.
He couldn't hit
it was all mental. He was fine on the Dodgers.
No, he wasn't that good. He did okay. He had like a 40% K rate on the Dodgers with like an 80 WRC+. He was terrible on the Dodgers. For a couple weeks, he was good on the Dodgers.
Yeah, where's he on the Twins? He's on
the Twins now.
Okay.
He's on the tees. Perfect place for him. Low pressure. He's
no pressure. It's just cold. That's it. You got to do it with the cold.
The tees.
Yeah, the tees. Yeah, you got no pressure with the Twins. They
don't say Twins.
The tees.
The tees. They're the tees.
Okay.
They don't win.
They don't. They try.
The tees.
They try.
I've naturally started calling the Twins the tees.
Okay. It's so much fun playing there that Correa opted out. Although money. But
Scott Boras was his agent.
Money. Chase the dollar. That's why you're doing this.
Yeah.
Not for the love of the game. Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget this is a game at times.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget. So. Well, I'm glad you didn't jump off a ledge.
Yeah, I didn't jump off a cliff.
I'm glad that your blood pressure is somewhat back to normal as of right now until the season starts. But
I mean, there's going to be more in store.
Yes.
But well, let's transition to football.
All right.
My God, if this show was happening during this Giants season, oh my God!
I feel like
this has
both
been
of us
crazy season. I mean, oh my God, it's been. It hasn't been fun. I'm not going to go out there and say it's been fun because every game has made me want to pull my hair out.
Come on. They've won twice as many games as they did last year.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
And they basically, it would take a lot of things. The Giants would have to lose out and a bunch of other teams would have to possibly win out for them to miss the playoffs.
Playoffs.
I know, the P word.
Dude, playoffs.
If they didn't tie against Washington, they would have basically clinched.
Right. Yeah. It's always, again, those pesky Redskins / Commanders.
Whoa!
Always getting in the way.
Whoa! Did you
Always
just say the R word? You can't say that on
historically
radio.
accurate. It's historically accurate.
Historically accurate.
As of
what are you
as of
getting
2
at?
years as of 2 years ago, we're going back. They're always been a
You better
thorn.
thank God we're not popular because you'd say like Redskins being historically accurate. You would have gotten
all right. Whatever that team,
the Twitter mob, the checkmark mob would have gone after you.
The WTFs have always been this
The
weird thorn in the side, correct? Of recent history.
No team has beaten another team in NFL history more than the New York Football Giants have beaten the Washington Football Team.
Yes.
But I'm never calling them the Commanders. Ever since they started calling themselves the football team, they have relinquished any right for them to be called by an actual name.
Their logo looks like a taco holder. It can hold 2 tacos.
A taco holder?
Yeah, it's got the little. Yeah, you can put tacos in there. You
get a taco.
It's a taco holder.
I'm more of a quesadilla guy when it comes to.
All right, it can hold a quesadilla too.
Like at Mexican restaurants, I like quesadillas.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, I have not. I'm thinking about like shit that I haven't. That I gotta get to all the food places while I'm home. It's like I'm gonna be home until like.
Yeah. How long are you here for?
My classes start for the next semester on January 17th. So
I'm gonna. Wow.
Like I'm gonna be in here.
Okay. Thank God.
I'm gonna be in here like weekly.
Thank God. So many times during the last 4 months, like, oh man, I wish we were recording today. So many months, but we'll make up for it in the next 3 weeks or so.
Yeah. But I wish I could find a way to make it work on campus, but
no. That's fine. Guys, we save all our firepower for times like these. But you gotta be happy.
I am happy.
You gotta be
I'm
more
thrilled.
than happy.
I am thrilled with the direction this organization is going in. Do not get me wrong. I feel better about the Giants than I do about all my other teams. I feel better about the Giants than I do about the Yankees.
Okay.
And as of today, I feel better about the Giants than the Devils.
We'll get to
that. We'll get to those patch of soft idiots. Yeah. But
now I'm glad that Danny Jones's neck does not appear to be bothering him.
You're the only human being who brings up Daniel Jones' supposed neck injury.
Of course I will.
Dude, he gets hit. Also, by the way, like I observed this from watching the game on Sunday because I watched the game with my dad and my grandfather. Okay. Like I went over to their place and I was talking to him. I'm like, dude, Daniel Jones gets absolutely no personal foul calls on hits on him. The guy is the most perpetually beaten up quarterback in the league.
Sure.
Not to mention his offensive. Although I will say the offensive line on Sunday night played superbly against a very strong defensive front against Washington. Yeah. Albeit Chase Young wasn't playing, but Andrew Thomas would have handled him very well. Ben Bredesen has been a very welcome return. Nick Gates, whenever he goes in there on run plays, he's solid. Mark Lewinsky he sucks, but he doesn't suck enough to really have me be driven up a wall. Although the Giants receivers are so terrible that the play doesn't last more than 3 seconds.
Right. They played good enough to win. Well,
they've been playing good enough to win for a lot of games. They haven't been playing well. Also, I will say the final play where Darnay Holmes, he got away with one, but Washington got away with the hands to the face on Thibodeau. So even it would have been offsetting penalties.
Yeah,
the penalties would have offset and they would have replayed the down.
Yeah.
Although who knows what happens there?
Well, they let them play.
Like Terry McLaurin, he was set up offside. But yeah, that was a scuff. He was lined up weird. I'm like, sure.
Apparently, asked the ref if he was lined up correctly. Ref confirmed it supposedly, and then they called the penalty.
Well, the other receiver motioned. Yeah. Well, the receiver motioned.
Yeah.
I think it was before Samuel went in motion or Dotson or whoever it was.
Yeah.
It was before the receiver who was in the slot he motioned inside.
Right. Ultimately, it's up to you. You're responsible for where you line up, and you're responsible for knowing the rules. So, I'm not going to put it up on the ref, kind of tricking him.
Everybody, I'm not. You know me.
It's hilarious, man.
It's very rare that a team gets jobbed by officials. And this is not a case where a team solely got jobbed by officials.
No.
There were bad calls going both ways. There are a couple of missed holdings that I saw. Kayvon Thibodeau, who's been getting held all year, though for some reason he hasn't gotten any holding calls. He had, honestly, the best game for a Giants defensive lineman, considering the stakes, since JPP in Dallas in 2011.
Yeah.
You remember that game, right? The 2011 Week 14. It was a crazy game. JPP blocked a field goal to end it. That sort of set off the Giants Super Bowl run.
Yeah.
I think it was that, and then the Jets game in Week 16 on Christmas Eve.
Yes. Wow, that was a while ago.
Yeah, but I'm saying it was the best. It came on Thibodeau had the best game for a Giant edge rusher since JPP in 2011.
Yeah.
Considering the stakes. Divisional game, primetime on the road.
Yeah.
And he took total control of the game. Total control. Him and Azeez Ojulari. Azeez Ojulari coming back has been amazing for this team. And I will begrudgingly give Dave Gettleman a bit of credit for assembling 3/4 of a defensive line that has turned out to be one of the best.
That's definitely a begrudging compliment right there.
I am begrudgingly...
You can hear it in his voice, ladies and gentlemen.
I am begrudgingly complimenting Dave.
He doesn't want to say it, but he has to say it.
I am begrudgingly crediting Dave Gettleman with drafting Dexter Lawrence, who's become one of the best defensive tackles in football. He's probably going to make the All-Pro team. He has 8 sacks this year.
Yeah.
And including the big forced fumble on Heineke on the second to last drive where Washington was driving. And Heineke, he fumbled the ball.
Yeah.
That was Dexter Lawrence. Kayvon Thibodeau obviously had the strip sack. He had the strip, the scoop, and the score. Like a total takeover game for Kayvon Thibodeau. And if we get that pass rush in the game against Minnesota, if we know if it's any human being who gets easily flustered by anything, it's Kirk Cousins.
Yes.
Like Kirk Cousins shits himself at the sight of any adversity.
Player of the week, Kirk Cousins.
Okay. He was playing a team coached by a guy who was tweeting about teams like a week ago. He was okay, that was a team coached by a high school coach. They were coached by Jeff Saturday. Let's not go out there and say that. Although I will credit Kirk Cousins to a degree.
Wow.
It was a Saturday game at 1 p.m. Let's not go out there and say that we're going to credit Kirk Cousins for everything. Kirk Cousins is still Kirk Cousins. Not everyone will think that he is completely legit.
Scored 39 points though
in your fantasy league. Yeah.
I don't have Kirk Cousins.
I kept Kirk Cousins.
I got Josh Allen. I got a real quarterback.
I'm in the fantasy playoffs. I'm in week 2 of my first round matchup.
Okay. Mine started a week early, so I took down the number 1 seed with my own drafted team this year, by the way.
Damn, dude.
But I've lost in the second round, unfortunately, and my team is not great.
It's like
so. Good luck to you. Good luck to you.
With fantasy football, it's kind of like my league. It's kind of like soccer, where it's like the total points over the like the total sum of the points over the course of 2 games.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like like the Champions League and whatnot.
Yeah.
Although not a lot of us really knew the rules of soccer until like a month ago.
Yeah, or the World
Cup. By the way, did you watch that France-Argentina game?
It was pretty awesome. I mean, I don't think it could have been more exciting.
That was the best sporting event I've watched since Cubs-Indians Game 7.
Wow.
The best sporting event I've watched since 2016.
6 years you've been hoping for another game like that.
No, it was the best considering the stakes.
Sure.
You could not
worldwide stakes.
You cannot get higher stakes in sports than the World Cup final.
No.
I'm talking about global sports. American sports, you have the Super Bowl.
You're right. Yeah.
But the World Cup final, my God, then I went over to my aunt's house during that game. When my mom asked, like, "Hey, do you want to leave or do you want to stay here and finish watching the game?"
Yeah.
I saw it was 2-0 Argentina at the 70th minute.
Right. Wow, you got up at 10 a.m. on Sunday?
No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was a Sunday. I naturally got up earlier.
Okay.
Also, it was the World Cup final. I wasn't gonna miss it.
No.
Like, I do like soccer.
You'll get up for that.
Believe it or not, I do like soccer.
I like it when it's when it's the World Cup. Yes.
Also, the Euro. We talked about the Euro last summer. With
but
Italy
if it's a random like Red Bulls, like I don't know.
Well, nobody cares about the MLS. Nobody cares about the MLS. No. I do kind of like. I do like somewhat keep tabs on the Champions League.
Okay.
Like, it's fun. Like, the Copa America, that's going to be happening. The U.S. is going to be playing it out. I'm going to be all over the Copa America.
Yeah.
The Euro, I'm going to be all over the Euro.
Yeah. But yes.
The fact that, like, if Italy was in the World Cup and was going on a run, I would have made it very apparent on my social media accounts that I was Italian.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. I mean, that game couldn't have been better.
Like, Mbappe scored those 2 goals. Now, when I got to my aunt's house, I saw I was tied. Like, my uncle and my cousins were standing. I'm like, dude, why are you standing? I'm like, whoa, wait, it's tied?
What happened?
I'm like, what happened?
How did they score that quick?
They scored within this, like, Mbappe scored 2 goals within the span of 2 minutes. Granted, one of them was a penalty, but the goal that he scored in open play, oh my God.
Amazing.
That was, wow. And then Mbappe's, after Messi scored on a ball that barely crossed the line.
Yeah.
And then Mbappe tied on a penalty at like the 117th minute.
Hat trick, man. Hat trick.
Dude, Kylian Mbappe, after Messi and Ronaldo retire, is going to take up the mantle as best player in the world.
Oh, yeah.
I think he already is.
Yeah.
Which it drives me nuts that he plays in the French league. Because he could easily score like 35 goals a year in like the La Liga, the Premier League, Serie A. He can score at any level, but for some reason he just stays at PSG. Although that reason is because they pay him $100 million.
Right. Well, there's $100 million reasons why he's staying.
Soccer money. You think baseball money is nuts?
Yeah. No.
Soccer, like, because
that's ridiculous.
All of them are like Saudi oil princes.
Right. Money is truly no object to them.
Like, oil kings.
Yes.
Running soccer teams.
Yeah. It's like, what do you want here?
Also, by the way, after all that drama, Messi and Mbappe are on the same club. They both play for PSG. So in case if you're wondering who's the odds-on favorite to win the Champions League, it's PSG.
They're both getting paid ridiculous sums of money too, by the way. More than we can imagine.
Messi's Instagram posts about winning the World Cup is already the most liked image in Instagram history.
Yeah.
It beat the image of that egg that ended up getting the world record. Like, I'm so happy for Messi, and like, he deserved one. Like, Messi really deserved one. Like, the greatest player ever. Just, he really, really, really deserved a World Cup.
Oh, yeah. Do you agree with the ending on penalty kicks? Like, why can't it be like hockey?
I'm fine
where they just go to like quadruple overtime?
I'm fine with the ending on penalty kicks.
You are? All right.
They tried sudden death overtime in one World Cup and it went terribly.
Everyone just got tired, right? Like by the second overtime or whatever. Or
dude, soccer players have to run back.
I know.
Soccer is a tiring sport.
Yeah, come on, man. These guys are getting paid $100 million a year, man. Let them run. Make them run laps.
It's people are running like 10 miles a game.
Yeah, I know.
What the hell do you care? Like, we're American.
Yeah, right.
We're American.
I don't have to run. I just have to watch it. It's great.
Yeah. So like, when the U.S. was in it, I was really hyped.
Yeah.
I remember I went to a watch party at the lobby of the business school.
Yeah. Which game was it?
The Iran game.
Okay.
I was in class for the first half, and nobody was paying attention. Even my professor was like, I had it on my laptop.
Yeah.
She turned around the corner. It's like it was a class, like, she loves me. So, like, like she turned, like, to look at the laptop. She was like, of course, I knew you were watching that game. I'm like, yeah. Like, I eventually closed my laptop because my friend had it on his phone. And when Pulisic scored, when he got kneed in the balls, everyone in class was like, yeah! And like, there were people in the lobby. We could hear them cheer. And then, like, I got out of class around the 60th minute. I watched it downstairs. There must have been like 70 people.
Yeah.
In that room on a big screen too.
Yeah.
And they had the World Cup on down there the entire time, and it was a great system. Great. So like ever since that U.S. game, everyone just watched the World Cup down there.
Yeah.
Like with people waiting for class or like like in between classes, I'd always just sit down watch a game between two random countries that I never heard about, and I'm like really invested in it.
Yeah.
Although I watched the World Cup for the jokes, if I'm being honest. Like I watched the World Cup for two reasons. I watch it so I have an excuse to act like a redneck for a week and a half.
Okay.
I am not. People who know me know that I am not a super duper conservative person, like politically speaking. Right. But I throughout those when the U.S. was in the World Cup, I was a red-blooded, God-fearing, red American redneck. Sure. I was proud to be an American.
Supporting your country. It's great.
Like, I was supporting my country. I swear, I did not see one bit of political squabbling, at least domestically.
No, because
Qatar they had their own issues with the World Cup.
Sure.
But it was great to experience for like a lack of political.
For like
tension.
A month, it brought people together. Yeah. Do you
also I was preying on the downfall of England the entire time.
Right.
Also, if Italy made it, there was a group with Germany, Japan, and Spain in it.
Yeah.
Imagine if Italy was in that group.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. That's
that's a lot.
You know, if Italy made it, they would have been put in the group with Germany, Japan, and Spain.
Sure.
Come on, you're that's a free joke right there.
Yeah.
They just write themselves. Germany and Japan being in the same group, that's hilarious.
Oh, man.
The U.S. being in the same group as England? Come on.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was hilarious. And then watching the U.S. draw England?
Right.
Everyone was going crazy because, it's no secret. When it comes to soccer, I hate England.
I think a lot of people do.
Yeah, when it comes
they're
to...
They're arrogant. They're a little arrogant.
They're the Toronto Maple Leafs of soccer.
They are.
It's coming home.
That's a great analogy.
It's coming home. They also haven't won since the mid-'60s.
Right.
So, I think the last time they won a World Cup was 66.
Yeah.
And the Leafs last won a Stanley Cup in 67. So
I do like it how it kind of brought a lot of people together. It got, countries, fans. I almost wish they would do it every year. I think they could sustain it.
Of course they could sustain. Although I don't know, there are not a lot of countries that can financially support a World Cup, or who have the means. Like FIFA is known as a country that, or they're basically a country, but FIFA is known as an organization that can destroy economies with how much they have to sustain.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so every 4 years it is then.
Like the U.S., it's going to be in the U.S. in 2026, which, by the way, I'm going to one of those games.
I mean, you kind of have to at that point. At this point,
the World Cup in the U.S., MetLife Stadium.
Yeah.
I hate MetLife Stadium as a stadium, and it's aged horribly for a stadium that was only built 12 years ago.
Yeah, but it's 45 minutes from here.
I'd go to a game I hope the U.S. plays a game at MetLife Stadium. I genuinely hope that they do.
I mean,
the U.S. is not for nothing. That's a solid group of guys that they have there.
Yeah.
Pulisic is legit. Their midfield is legit. Gone are the days where I have to pretend that Michael Bradley is good enough to be a whole midfield in the World Cup. And what's ironic is that the only thing that they're missing is a striker. Really a guy who can finish.
Yeah.
It's there are a lot of guys who can move the ball. Pulisic is really good at moving the ball. Dest really good at moving the ball.
Put it in the net, though. Back in the net.
Adams, McKennie, Weah, Reyna, all studs. Robinson, too. He's really good, but which is so funny considering that I spent my childhood watching Clint Dempsey, who was a world-class striker. I'm talking in the Premier League, he was really good.
Yeah.
Just watching Clint Dempsey, a striker, carry this team.
Yeah.
And also, the coach is an idiot. I remember I saw a rumor was can Zinedine Zidane become the next U.S. coach? I'm like, wait, Zinedine Zidane would actually take this job? If you don't know, Zidane was a stud. He's French, but he was a really good player. He was the guy. He was more known for headbutting an Italian guy at the World Cup final in 06. Also, he's bald. He's known for
yeah.
as well. But Yeah, Greg Berhalter, he should be fired by the time 2026 rolls around. Matt Turner, who, funnily enough, his big claim to fame before becoming the starting keeper for the U.S. national team was screwing up a play. He was on the not top 10 of SportsCenter on a gaffe that he made against Iona.
Oh, hey,
he was the
bring
keeper.
It back?
He was the keeper for Fairfield.
Okay.
And 2013 was a ball that went off the crossbar. He tried catching it and it bounced off him and in the net.
Oh.
And it was at Iona too. I walked by the field when that happened every day.
Yeah.
Every day I walk by and I've been on that field a few times now, throwing around.
I remember what happened here.
Sure, it was before they renovated everything, but
sure. Still, that was the spot.
Yeah, that was I was saying, I'm like, dude, Matt Turner, literally right there.
There, right
where
there. I'm standing, right here. It happened.
Let Iona win a game.
Yeah.
It's a legend. That guy. And anyways, you don't care about time, do you? How?
I mean, you've been gone for 4 months. No, I don't. I mean,
yeah. You want to circle back to the Giants because talk about
I would.
scenarios for a second.
I would. So they're playing the Vikings this week. Vikings.
I think
North.
they have a chance. I think the Giants very much. If their pass rush plays the way they played against Washington, they very much have a chance. If you have a pass rush that can consistently generate pressure on a quarterback, we've seen this happen with the Giants before.
Sure.
A front four that can generate pressure on their own. That can win games against some very good teams.
Not for nothing.
I feel way better going into this game than I did last week.
Okay.
And also, by clinch scenarios, I can't believe I'm talking about playoff clinch scenarios on Christmas week. But they win, and 2 of Washington, Seattle, and Detroit lose. If 2 of those 3 teams lose and the Giants win, then the Giants will clinch a playoff spot.
All right. I've been seeing a lot of talk that the Vikings are a fraud. However, that they
are skating by. They are very much skating by.
They're getting, and for an 11-3 team, that it's a smokescreen, and I think the Giants should take advantage of that this week.
Again, the pass rush,
and not for nothing. Although I don't want to say they got lucky last week, but they did orchestrate was the biggest second half comeback in NFL history. Is that correct?
The biggest comeback. I prefer to say the biggest blown lead.
Sure.
Now, there's also, is it just perfect that Matt Ryan?
It's absolutely perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Also, I pulled up the stat. The Vikings have the lowest point differential of any NFL team with 11 plus wins in week 1 through 15 since 2000. Now, I know how you feel about point differentials, but still, it's a stat. It's a stat.
No, it proves a lot.
Yeah,
they're skating by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah. I think the Giants have a very good chance of
anybody's going to have a good chance against the Vikings, but the Vikings always seem... These are 2 teams who are dancing in the raindrops. It is going to be it's 2 teams that run very similarly. The Vikings get bailed out by their offense, and the Giants get bailed out by their defense.
Yeah, and with any luck, they'll both be in the playoffs, so it's looking mighty good.
Yeah, it would take a lot for the Giants to miss.
Yeah.
Also, they have a game against the Colts that they should win. Although, if the Giants...
Well, maybe they can go up... They can go down 34-zip and come back this time.
The Giants haven't scored 30 points since 2020, by the way. They have not scored 30 points once this year.
Oh, yeah, good point. But this NFC East division, though. Holy cow.
And I hate whenever the Giants become good, the NFC East becomes the best division.
Everybody.
The Eagles are the best team in the league. They're winning the Super Bowl.
Everybody's over 500.
I hate this fact, but the Eagles are winning the Super Bowl. They are head and shoulders better than everybody else in the league. It's theirs to lose.
I hate hearing those words coming out of your mouth.
I hate it too. What have I done to deserve the Eagles having...
I don't know.
Once every 5 years, the Eagles having the best team on the planet.
I don't know. Although, I mean, the AFC is pretty strong though. So,
Chiefs, the AFC East does have
the Bills. Can they get
the Bills have a chance against anyone?
Yeah.
The Chiefs, obviously. The Bengals, who are going strong after starting badly, 6 in a row for the Bengals.
Yep.
And the AFC South, it's just nobody wants to win that division.
Titans still in first place after losing 4 in a row.
Both South divisions.
Yeah, they're
Although
terrible.
I will say, if the Jaguars make it, dude, Trevor Lawrence has been shutting me up.
Yeah.
A lot. He has been shutting me up quite a bit.
Yeah.
That Trevor Lawrence. He has been a stud. He's a star. Trevor Lawrence is a bona fide star in the NFL, and he's very well on track to become an elite quarterback.
Yeah, he's put it together. I like it. It's good to see him.
And Trevor Lawrence, like I said, I wasn't crazy about him coming out of college. But, I said this year, I'm like, dude, Trevor Lawrence is in legit trouble if he doesn't put it together. And then he ended up putting it together. So,
yeah. Real quick, how about that Raiders Pats ending?
God.
Can you? I
know for a fact Belichick is in film this week.
What the hell?
He's using Sith lightning
on everybody.
Jacoby Myers, he is
everybody. He's Mace Windowing everybody.
the Palpatine. Palpatine's the one. Well, what Palpatine did to Mace Windu,
right?
In Revenge of the
Sith.
Sith.
That's what I mean.
God, the Star Wars references. I missed the Star Wars references.
Yeah. What the hell? Why did they? What is going through anybody's minds? That last play.
They're idiots. They're idiots. And I'm being honest, dude.
It's the worst thing they could have done. But I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I've never seen it before. And especially the Patriots.
Yeah.
The New England Patriots, a team who we associate with
heads up football.
Fundamental perfection.
Sure. Yes.
The New England Patriots, that is what we associate them with. Even after Brady left and they started tapering off.
Yeah.
The Patriots have always been known for fundamentally sound, mistake-free football.
Yeah.
They don't beat themselves. They beat other teams.
That last, whatever you want to call it, that weird run lateral, I've not seen that since I played football, Nerf football in my backyard when I was 12 years old. I have definitely... they could have done anything else. Possibly won that game. Didn't end up that way. It's just that was one of the craziest endings I've ever seen. And they deserve to lose, but they could have kneeled it. They could have Hail Married it. They could have
done everything.
They could have done anything but that. And it was, I don't even think you could have done that on purpose if you wanted to. Although I don't know. I just
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just such a dumb way to lose.
Yeah.
It's so funny that happened to the Patriots, though.
Yeah.
I love that happened to the Pats.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It's perfect. They have had so much bad karma stored up for a while.
Yeah. For sure. And and Tom Brady, whatever you want to say about him, still they're as of right now they're still playoff bound.
Nobody wants to win
record.
The NFC South. Nobody wants to win. Although, what the hell do we know? What's probably going to happen? The Bucs are going to get in on a 8-9 or 7-10 record, and then Brady's going to voodoo his way to another Super Bowl.
That's what he does.
That's how this is going to go.
That's what he does. That's what he does.
This is how this is going to go. This reeks of a random Tom Brady Super Bowl run.
Yeah. For sure.
This reeks of that. No, I'm changing my Super Bowl prediction. The Bucs are winning.
Bucs are winning.
What
okay.
The hell am I thinking?
All right.
That was actually my preseason prediction. It's Brady was going to have one of his pissed off years because he faked his retirement. Now he got divorced.
Right. Now he's
How do you why did you screw up your marriage with a supermodel?
I think there was a lot more at play than.
I think there was a lot more. There's speculation that AB was having an affair with Giselle.
That's crazy enough to sound true. So that's crazy enough to sound true. That's insanity. Hey man, you know what? Love him or hate him, I'd love to see him do it. I would love to see him do it.
No,
I would love to see him get that 8th ring.
I don't need another year of Tom Brady in the Super Bowl and me having to go on the show and do a whole monologue saying how much I respect the greatness of Tom Brady. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of it.
We've done it almost every year you've been doing this show.
We've done it like...
That's a good point.
2 Super Bowls, Tom Brady has been in them. We have been on the show. We have done 4 Super Bowl specials.
Yes.
Tom Brady has been in 2 of them.
Yes.
No, I'm
crazy.
I'm saying, and Patrick Mahomes has been in 2 of them as well.
Yes, he has.
So,
crazy.
No, like, I'm sick and tired of seeing Tom Brady's face.
Yeah.
It's not that I hate him. It's just I'm tired of it. Like, I want something.
Well, I think I think most of us do. And he's still here.
I'd like to see.
And yet he's still here.
I'd like this, maybe like the Vikings going on a crazy run, like Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
and like the Lions going on a run. If the Giants make it to the Super Bowl, I'm going down here for the special.
Oh, I should hope so. Either that, or I'll come up there. Like one way or the other, we're recording. For sure.
Yeah. I think for the Super Bowl special, regardless, we should make an exception.
Okay. All right. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, although if the Giants make the Super Bowl, which 1 in 500 billion chance of happening.
I don't think it's that low. I think the odds are better than
1
that.
1 in 400 billion.
Okay. So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah, there is.
So you're telling me there's
a chance. Obviously, again, if the defensive front keeps playing like this, I'm going to feel a lot more confident in this team's chances. But chances are, if they make the playoffs, they're probably going to run into the 49ers, and they're going to get their backs blown out.
We'll stay tuned and find out, ladies and gentlemen.
If they make it to the playoffs. So the chances are they probably are. They probably are going to the playoffs.
Hey, that's a huge step up from years past. That's all I'm saying.
Like, the Giants are probably going to go there, which is an amazing thing. Brian Dable, he's the coach. Joe Shane, he's the GM.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's still out on Shane, but Dable...
It's been good.
I was questioning him during this streak, and I was like, wait a second. Okay, I don't care how bad the roster is. Going 6-1 and missing the playoffs, that causes questions with the coach. But then they play a solid game, a very solid game against the Washington team of football.
Yeah.
And then... No, now I'm off his back.
Yeah. Okay. For the next 3 weeks.
Like, unless if they lose to the Colts, then I'm going to be pissed. Because the Giants are a team that should absolutely
roll over them. Yes.
They should roll over the Colts.
They should.
Like, the Colts are a terrible team with a terrible figurehead placeholder.
How many quarterbacks have they gone through?
Like, I don't even know.
How many?
Nick Foles is their quarterback.
Right. Yeah. That should say everything right there.
Oh God, no,
that should say everything. That should say everything right there. So, well, I truly hope they make to the playoffs, and I hope they go on a decent run. Would love to see them win a couple of playoff games. We will see, ladies and gentlemen. We will see. Nick Foles. What year is this?
It's apparently 2020.
I guess so. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, should we get to the puck team?
Yes. Yeah.
I was all prepared. Like a couple weeks ago, I was all prepared to come in and sing praises. Hymns and praises about how amazing this team is.
Yeah.
I was ready. Yeah. They were, oh my God, dude, the start. The first 2 months, this team was amazing.
Unstoppable.
You literally, and against good teams too, they were rolling over teams like the Oilers.
Edmonton, Florida.
They didn't beat Florida. They beat teams like the Rangers, the Islanders, the Maple Leafs, some good teams.
Yeah.
Very good teams, like the Capitals.
Yeah. And with authority.
Like, they weren't just beating them. They were, like, outclassing teams. And then, in typical New Jersey Devils fashion, the moment they have me thinking, oh, these guys are for real. The moment I get excited and start settling into the fact that this team is good.
Yes.
They've gone on a 7-game losing streak. And they're out of first place in the Metropolitan Division. And don't look now, they're only 6 points ahead of a playoff spot with a brutal schedule.
Yes.
Coming up.
Yeah.
They have not. The last time they won a game was against Chicago on December 6th.
Yeah.
They have gone 2 weeks without a win, and they're probably going to go a lot longer because they have Florida in Florida.
And they have Boston coming
tonight.
Up, which I was originally looking forward to.
Like going to that game. Like I thought about, it's like, oh,
yeah, I thought so too.
They were the top 2 teams in the league.
They were single-digit losses, like low single-digit losses. Now it's
the Devils are still in single-digit regulation losses, but like, oh my God, dude! Like, how do you? Every year it's this routine, and every year the start lasts a little bit longer. And like last year, it was like the COVID year was like a couple of weeks. Last year, it was around a month. This year, it was 2 months where the team was playing really, really well.
I mean, exceptional.
And then they fall apart. Every year, it's the fast start routine. Every year, it's later. Every year, they have me fall for it, and then they do this. Every year, it's the same exact fast start routine, and every time where I'm kind of skeptical, and I can't be skeptical about it because now I seem like a sour ass who isn't enjoying this team winning. So I have to buy in so I can enjoy my team winning. But in the back of my head, I'm like, they do this every year. But then, as per usual, I don't listen to my brain, and I'm like, okay. Like, the only game they lost in November was because the refs jobbed them.
Yes. They literally lost 1 game in November.
And it was because they didn't lose to the Leafs, they lost to the refs.
They did. I was at that game. I got blamed for that loss.
I blamed you for that.
You can blame me.
I texted you. I blamed you.
You can blame me, but like
even with the refs against them, they almost tied that game.
Man, they should have tied the game.
And then it was like everybody is sort of like vanished in a way. Like, I'm sure everyone's talking about Andre Palat and Nate Bastian are hurt. First of all, Andre Palat was hurt the 3rd game of the season.
He hasn't contributed.
They won 13 games in a row without Andre Palat.
So
let's get that out of the way.
So Bastian,
did
Bastian make that much of a difference? There's no chance he made that much of a difference. But
if the 4th line grinder, which granted the BMW line is a great 4th line.
They've been amazing.
They're an amazing
Bastian,
4th
Wood,
line.
McLeod.
They are the best 4th line in hockey. I will go out and say that. Best 4th line in hockey.
Absolutely.
The BMW line is the best 4th line on the planet. Yeah. If Nathan Bastian getting hurt is really what sent this team off the rails, then there are a lot bigger problems on hand.
Sure.
Because the goaltending hasn't been that well. Although I read a stat, goaltenders in the last 5 games against the Devils have a .968 save percentage.
Give them that much.
The good thing is, this isn't sustainable. The good thing is, the goalieing that we are going against is not sustainable. The game we lost against the Flyers, we had like 50 shots on that, but Carter Hart happened to stop like 49 of them.
He did. And New Jersey only got 1 through, so yeah.
Like the game against Dallas, we got goalied.
Yeah.
The game against the Rangers, that was just I hate the Garden.
Oh, they were up 3-1.
I hate the Garden so much.
And all the momentum.
That was when I thought
they dominated that first period.
I thought it was like, oh shit, like things might start getting bad because 2-goal blown lead against the division rival.
Yeah.
That's where things typically fall off the rails, and then things start falling off the rails. And now I have to deal with the stupid takes. But this team isn't physical enough. Grit. I have to hear so much about grit and veteranocity and physicality and about how tearing down the foundation of this team to get guys who are big and gritty and won't allow Jack to get pushed around. I'm like, first of all, I didn't hear a peep about how small this team was when they were skating everybody into the ground.
Right.
The problem is a mental thing. It's not physical. They're not getting physically... I mean, like, every game, I guess they're technically getting physically dominated, but it doesn't matter when you're skating them into the ground. Yeah. And one thing I've noticed about this team is that when they were winning...
Yes.
Like, this team is, like, noticeably slower. They aren't playing with the same pace that they were playing at.
Yeah.
That
was a huge advantage.
I think that might have to do with Nate Bastian being hurt because that sort of juggled the entire lineup. You have Wood playing with Sharangovich. You have McLeod playing with...
Yeah, they're all off.
Like,
they're all a little off.
Which, by the way, like, I am so sad that Alex Holtz hasn't worked out. Like, he's not playing at this team's pace.
No.
He's not playing at this team's pace. And Lindy Ruff, dude, get it together. If the team fell apart like this mentally, this is on you. Lindy Ruff, this is on you. If this continues and if this perpetuates and it turns out that it was a mental thing. Because letting something like this spiral out of control for a good team. Yeah. That's the thing. This is a good team.
We've seen it.
What drives me crazy about this team, it's not what they are. It's what they can be.
Right.
And what they have shown. What they have been. This team ran the league for 2 months. Ran the league.
Feared.
For 2 months, they were feared, they were respected, and any mention of them, any mention of doubt toward this team was met with them going in and bulldozing that team. Going on the road, sweeping 4-game road trips in very hostile arenas.
Yeah, in Canada. In Canada, they beat almost every team in Canada.
Yeah, they swept the Canadian road. Well, they still have to...
Winnipeg.
In Winnipeg,
yes.
Which that's been odd for us. But, they swept the Western Canada road trip.
They did.
In the glory days.
Oh, yeah, they didn't do that.
Even in the glory days, in the days of the trap in the 90s and the 2000s.
They never did that.
They never swept the West Canada road trip. No. This team swept the West Canada road trip.
Yeah.
I do think a lot of it has to do with the natural regression of Vitek Vanacek and
Sure. They couldn't.
Also, for some reason, this team's hard on for Mackenzie Blackwood. Why?
Schmid has been sent down to
Mackenzie Blackwood.
Okay.
But yeah, I thought that was accidental.
That was good.
That was accidental. I walked into that one. But for some reason they love. I honestly think it's because he was an anti-vaxxer and hockey culture loves conspiracy theorists.
Sure.
They love people like Tony DeAngelo. It's like Tony DeAngelo finds a place on teams. He's a good old Canadian boy.
Yeah.
He's a good old Canadian boy, I tell you.
Well, it's nice. They have a wealth of decent goaltenders right now. I mean, too many, perhaps one too many.
No, Blackwood isn't decent. He sucks. Now he sucks. Post-jab Blackwood sucks. What the hell notifications have I been getting? No, it wasn't Twitter. It wasn't.
Okay, anything good? If it's something good, we want to hear it. But yeah, well, now they got to either keep him or get rid of him. So that's pretty much why he's in the lineup and Schmid is over at Utica. They're hoping he'll play well enough to trade him. Correct?
No, but he's not going to play well. They're going to sacrifice multiple games. Multiple very important games.
Yeah.
As these games are going to become. These games are going to become very important going down the stretch.
I agree.
Every point is going to matter.
I mean, what do you do with them? Send them down to Utica and stash them
Yes! Yes! You play your best players.
I agree.
Hello?
I agree.
You play to win the game.
I agree.
You play to win the game. In this situation, especially because we've won ourselves out of Connor Bedard.
Yeah.
If this team sucked off the get-go, I'd be like, okay, fine.
Just tank
Bring up Blackwood, Connor Bedard. Connor Bedard. Yeah. Fine. I would have been fine if this team tanked off the stretch, but it's the fact that they started as well as they did.
Yeah.
This team is better than this. I know they're better than this.
We've seen it for a whole couple months.
This is more likely to be the fraudulent run than the big spree they went on. Because their advanced metrics are still saying that, they're playing better in these games.
I mean,
the expected goal rates,
they're putting pucks on net.
The chance generation, they're...
Sure.
It's just that, I guess, it's...
Dominating
Heischer and Bratt going cold is definitely...
both of them at the same time.
Jesper Bratt, who is the best player in the NHL, by the way. Jesper Bratt.
Right.
Have you been familiar with the Bratt pack?
Yes, I have been, yes.
You've been familiar with him before he became, a well-known in the hockey world.
Yeah.
I've been a friend of his ever since he was, below 1,000 followers. So that's my... Yeah. That's my big bragging right. I was at day one. Man, I was at day one for the Bratt pack.
If he wants that contract, man, you better pick it up. You better start picking it back up.
Jesper Bratt is going to pick it up again. And then he's going to put up, like, he's going to finish with, like, 70 points or something. He's going to get a contract that he duly deserves.
Yeah.
The thing is, they keep juggling the lines around. I will say, Bastion getting hurt has definitely caused the team to juggle around the lines.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Also, we traded Pavel Zacha for Pavel Zacha.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
We traded Pavel Zacha for a guy who can't finish. So, yeah, that's the Eric Hall. Although Eric Hall does do a lot of things better than Pavel Zacha.
Yeah.
Like, he's a better puck mover. He's a better passer. He's better generally at the game of hockey than Pavel Zacha.
Yeah.
And he fits this team better than Pavel Zacha with his speed. But, and honestly, that's why I think that Holtz is playing as badly as he is, because he's not, like, he doesn't play at the pace.
Yeah.
This team's main strength is pace and speed.
Speed. Youth.
It's
been great.
There's speed in transition.
Yeah. But oh man, the defensive miscues, man. Where did those come from?
Again, it's Brendan Smith and Damon Severson. Those are the two people who are driving me up a wall. Brendan Smith and Damon Severson. And those guys are going to be replaced by Luke Hughes and Simone Nemec by the end of the year anyways. So,
oh man. Wow. I like the sound of that.
Yeah, like, I know, it's like every single time, like, Damon Severson will go like a month without, like, he'll play solid for a month, and then he'll have, like, a game-losing turnover, and it's like, oh, right, that's why we hate him. That's why we hate Damon Severson, because he makes boneheaded decisions like that.
Yeah. Oh. I don't, it was fun watching games where you knew they were going to win.
Yeah, like,
right?
I was watching Devils games with the expectation that they were going to win.
Right.
It's like, oh, boy, we're playing Ottawa. Sweet, we're going to win by, like, 5
even when they went down, like, 2-0. It's like, all right.
It's like,
give them another...
2 goals. Like, even against the Rangers, they went down 2-0. I was like... Yeah, although, honestly, I was calling a Rocket League game for the first period.
Oh, okay.
Nice. By the way, like, a shout out to Iona Rocket League. Those guys are awesome.
Yeah. You're calling Rocket League. That's all. That's right up your alley.
That's good luck to them as they... As, like, in a couple months, they're going to be going to Atlantic City. Good luck to all the Iona esports guys. They're an awesome group of people. Like, they've given me an opportunity to, like, cover sports. Like,
you got esports at your college. I love it.
Like,
it's freaking great, man.
And it's going to get better. Like, we have the #1 Smash player in the conference.
Wow.
It was a really good friend of mine. Like,
that's amazing.
Like, I met him at my orientation. He was like, oh, yeah, I'm a Smash player. And I'm like, okay, this guy's going to be on the Smash team, and he's going to be good.
Yeah, and he was.
He is very good.
That's awesome.
And these guys are going to be playing in tournaments.
Oh, man. Yeah, shoot. Yeah, they got tough schedule. I don't know when the streak is going to end. I'm scared.
It's going to end against Pittsburgh for some reason. Even when we're terrible, for some reason we play Pittsburgh well.
When do we hit the panic button, though, man?
Oh, no, I've already hit the panic button.
You already hit it?
I'm panicking.
I am.
If it doesn't end fast,
I'm getting shades of last year.
I am absolutely getting shades of last year.
And I hate it.
They're probably going to miss the playoffs if we're being completely honest. Man. Well, the positive is Lindy Ruff. If they do miss the playoffs, Lindy Ruff is probably going to get fired.
Do we start the chants again? Have the chants started already?
I think if we lose against Florida, which is probably going to happen, and if we go down early against Boston, which is probably going to happen, okay. I want to hear the fire Lindy chants again.
Right. All right. Well,
it sucks because Lindy Ruff was pressing all the right buttons.
He was.
Dude, he was actually a good coach.
He was.
I'm like, like he wasn't screwing up the lines like he was last year, but now he's insisting on keeping Halla with Hughes. Even though Halla's way better suited as a third line center, and Hughes,
yes.
And Hughes is better fit with like Sharon Govich and Mercer.
Yes. It was great. It was working.
Like put Hughes with Mercer. Yeah. That works with Bratt.
Yeah.
Because he's sure with Tatar and Zetterlund. That was the line that worked.
Yeah.
Zetterlund, I'm still confused as to what his spot on the team is. Although he's been really good, but
he goes hot and cold.
Like he's a guy who I forget about. Although he's been solid.
Yeah, he's been solid.
He's been consistent enough.
He's been solid, but yeah.
Although that entire line although he's sure and Tatar going cold has led to Zetterlund going cold.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a domino effect. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Hughes is the only one who's actually really...
He's Yeah. Yeah, I've seen the tweets like, well, at least Hughes is playing well. At least Hughes is better than Capo, so yeah, we're good.
Hughes is
we're
better
good.
than Capo Caco. Although
we're good.
I don't want to think about the Rangers. Like I don't.
No, I don't either. I don't want to think about them. I don't like losing to them.
Oh, dude, if we won that second game of the Garden, that would have been.
Yeah,
I would have talked so much.
They should have won that game, but that's here nor there now. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, all I want for Christmas is for the Devils to be good again.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I want.
Yes.
That's all I want.
It's so strange that Christmas is right around the corner. I'm not feeling it. Like, I'm not it's not like a universal thing. Like, nobody's really feeling that much.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Oh, but speaking of Christmas, I do have a present for you, though.
Oh, shit.
For right here. There you go. Thought,
sweet.
It's getting cold out. And, there you go. You have an official Shared Universe jacket.
Shared Universe jacket.
Yeah,
hoodie.
That's not a hoodie. It's a bomber jacket. It's like the one I'm wearing, but I give you the black one because you look good in. I know you like black. You look good in black.
Damn, bro.
So
nice.
High quality.
Do you have a sponsorship to plug here, like a
manufacturer?
No, because I see
there's a patch from the jackets came from a company that no longer exists, so you can call it vintage now. So
a vintage
the vintage jacket. Yeah,
hell yeah, bro.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Thanks.
So there you go, man. There you go. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a Cameron Woolley Show patch to also go on there, but we'll work on that.
No, it's what that would be a bit
we'll
extra.
We'll work on that
in public.
We'll work on
like
that.
A Cameron Woolley Show.
Well,
patch.
Yeah, something with your name on it.
That would be extra.
I guess so.
That would be weird.
All right. Well, you're representing a Shared Universe now and forever.
It was just funny because I left my Shared Universe shirt.
Oh, okay.
in my
there
dorm.
you go. There you go.
Although I'm not going to be wearing a jacket in studio because like I just get sweaty enough as it is with a t-shirt on.
Yeah.
Like with jeans and a t-shirt.
Yeah. Are you still streaming from I saw the studio. It looks cool. You have full use of the whole Iona College like radio/streaming studio.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I'm still streaming there every Wednesday. Woolly Mammoth Wednesdays.
Okay.
My friends and I.
Woolly Mammoth Wednesdays. I love it.
Yeah, I was out with my roommate's friends one night. We were at this place, Gemelli's in New Rochelle. Very awesome, like very nice, solid pizza place, Italian restaurant. No, normal, like a block away from my dorm. Like we were all there one night, and this is when I was first starting the show there.
Yeah.
And we were throwing names around, and somehow, some way, somebody mentioned Woolly Mammoth.
Yeah.
Woolly Mammoth Wednesdays or some shit. And that was when I came out with Woolly Mammoth Wednesdays.
Yeah, you would suggest that in the early days, actually. I don't know if you remember. You were like, hey.
Ming and the Mammoth.
Ming and the Mammoth or the Woolly Mammoth. But,
Ming and the Mammoth. That was the...
But I was like, let's keep your name in there. It makes much sense. Plus, I did the logo already. So
yeah, the Cameron Woolley Show.
Yeah, so the name didn't die. The name.
I thought about doing like a Cameron Woolley Show season 2 type thing for this little run. I would have asked you like, hey, can you make a new logo? But that would have been like, eh. I would have made like a funny trailer for it too.
Yeah.
But like, I already have a whole like, I have a thing on Canva that I have planned out for like an animation.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But it ended up not getting used. So that's forever going to be in the vault. But I just want to say, like, that was a concept in my head.
It's still there. I love it.
Yeah, the Cameron Woolley Show, season 2.
I love it. Well, I'm glad things are going well. I'm glad you're back.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm back.
Got no one to vent to, really. You know, I mean,
we text back
and forth. Yeah, it's not like this, though. This feels good.
Yeah, this is good. Like, being in here talking in the studio, behind these mics.
Yeah.
It's good. Like, this is the spot.
Yeah. I love it.
The place.
I love it. Welcome back, my friend.
It's good. Good to be back. I'm going to be back for a month.
Yeah, I love it. Cool, man.
All right, let's see. Let's see how
any other news you want to get off your chest.
I got 3 more shows.
Okay.
I got 3 more shows. I'm going to be here. I got 3 more shows, like 3 more weeks I'm going to be here.
Yeah. Oh, really quick, because I want to get your opinion on this. Cale Makar, a couple nights ago.
What did Cale Makar do?
Well, he supposedly drew a tripping penalty, but then he went back to the ref. He was like, no, I just slipped. And they recalled the penalty. And I had never heard of that before. I didn't know you could do that, but apparently you can. But then I was like, dude, take the penalty. They called it. Maybe it didn't happen.
Wait a second. Wait, is the World Juniors happening? Because I saw a highlight by Luke Hughes. Luke Hughes.
He's he's captain,
he's
right?
the captain of the U.S. World.
Yeah, is that going on right now? Okay, great.
He scored against Sweden.
God bless him, man. I was watching some of the Michigan games, and he looks good, man.
Well, I mean, yeah, dude,
he looks really good.
He's gonna be so good.
Yeah, he looks like he's on, and he is.
It's an exhibition.
Okay, and granted, but he looks like he's on another level every time he's on the ice with those college kids. So,
and when he's in the NHL, it's gonna be a bit of a curve, but yeah. Those college guys, their skills usually translate somewhat well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Those college guys are never scrubs.
No, not at all.
Luke Hughes is like, also not for nothing. The U.S. development program has been pumping out some really. His brothers won. Austin Matthews, Jack Eichel.
Yeah, these are all
Tage Thompson, who's all of a sudden like the best winger in the league.
Yeah, the guy scored 4 goals in one period.
Guy scored 4 or 5 goals in one period.
Yeah.
Something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, granted it's against the Blue Jackets, but we'll still.
I always, whenever the Blue Jackets are getting blown out, I always tweet about how I sincerely hope that Johnny Gaudreau is enjoying like the lack of stadium.
Oh yeah, I mean, hey, we're alled to rub that in, man.
Yeah, we're allowed to rub that, or like it was when the Devils were running the league, so I could say whatever I wanted.
Sure, he's loving Columbus.
Like, no repercussions.
Sure, he's loving living in Ohio right now.
Ohio, especially that Ohio is now the most memed state on the internet. Now, for some reason, like we see someone post like a really cursed image, like average school day in Ohio, like something like stupid like that. I'm sick and tired of the Ohio jokes already.
They'll continue.
But hey, as long as it's Ohio and not New Jersey.
Yeah.
Because New Jersey's been the butt of a lot of jokes. Jersey Shore, man. One thing you need to know about like people who actually live in New Jersey, we hate the Jersey Shore. Like the people on the Jersey Shore.
Universally hated.
We universally hate that.
Universally.
Show. We hate the people on that show. We hate Mike the Situation. We hate Snooki. We hate everybody because they're from Staten Island and they come down here.
That show made our state look bad.
Well, a lot of things made our state look bad before Jersey Shore. But New Jersey has always had the reputation of trashy, pissed off people. And I will say we are pissed off, but...
Yeah. Not all Jersey reality shows made us look bad. By the way, Comic Book Man...
Comic Book Man was a New Jersey reality show.
By the way, now streaming free on YouTube. So check it out. If you haven't watched it...
Streaming free. I have seen clips of
it. It's, almost...
I just think it's, like, super weird seeing you on a TV show because
you think it's weird. You think it's weird.
Well, yeah, of course you're the one who's actually.
I think it's weird too, but I'm loving it. So I don't know.
Well, of course you were on TV. You were on a. You were. There was a pretty good run that you guys.
Yeah. 96 episodes,
7 seasons for a show that came on after
The Walking Dead.
After The Walking Dead, when most people were going
with
to bed
4 ugly nerds in a comic book shop in Jersey.
To be fair, pretty good. Kevin Smith was. He was like the real headliner on that show.
Sure.
For me. Like Kevin Smith drew a lot of people to that show.
Sure. No.
I think man. It was mostly like most of the people who watch Comic Book Man, were they from Jersey?
No, they're from all over the world. Now I've met worldwide fans, so which is cool, which is great. So,
but Kevin Smith draws a naturally New Jersey audience.
Oh yeah, for sure. But he's he's also, worldwide beloved too, though, man.
But a lot New Jersey is where he's like the big
hometown boy. Yeah,
hometown I watch Kevin Smith movies and they're shot in like
they're all Jersey centric.
I've been in my entire life, like Central, like Monmouth, the Monmouth area.
Yeah.
Like, also, what streaming platform could I find Clerks 3 on? Like Amazon?
They're on all of them. All of them. You're going to have to pay the rental fee or whatever, but they're not streaming free yet. But that window will open soon.
I'm assuming it's going to be on Amazon Prime because
I think so.
Like all the other Kevin Smith movies are on Amazon Prime.
I think so,
Right? Like, the Comic Book Man was on Prime Video.
Yeah.
It's like I'm assuming it was more.
Yeah. Anyways, if you haven't checked out Comic Book, now streaming free on YouTube. So.
Yeah, now streaming.
Just a plug. Just a plug.
Yeah,
come on, we gotta plug our own stuff. Come on.
His shit.
Come on.
Yeah. Well, the Comic Book Man in the clips I watched, it's an interesting show. It's like Pawn Stars. The thing about like Pawn Stars, but way better, and it's nerd stuff, like nerd collectibles and because it's people coming into that. Isn't it like the stash in Red Bank?
Yeah.
Like it's like in this. Like in this town, Red Bank. Like
2 blocks from where we're recording right now, yes.
Like in the stash in Red Bank. guys coming in with their nerd collectibles and seeing what they can get it for. It's on, and he's brokering all the deals and stuff. And it's an interesting show.
Yeah, well, we did go play hockey at the Prudential Center in one episode, so definitely check that out. Just to steer back to sports.
I will say the New Jersey Devils are very good with local
press. Yeah,
with local people.
Yeah.
With local people, the Devils know how to throw a good party. Their PR is good for everything except the on ice product.
Well,
they are good at nearly everything except the actual hockey.
Yeah. Well,
PR wise, they're amazing. Their social media is second to none.
Mascot's cool. The
their mascot's
cool.
Not for that. The Rock.
The Rock is cool.
Could be in a way better place than Newark. Although it could be worse. It could be in Camden.
Yes.
I wish they kept it in the Meadowlands. Somewhere in North Jersey, right off the Parkway. I'd like it to be like MetLife Stadium, where I can get right off the Parkway or the Turnpike, and I can just be
glad
right
they
there.
didn't move to Kansas City or something, or move back to Kansas City, or I don't know, wherever they would threaten to.
We've been a thorn in the league's side for a while. The league.
I like
hates
it.
us.
I like being
the league hates us. Gary Bettman wanted us to move to Nashville before we won the Cup in '95.
But he lives in Jersey, doesn't he?
I think.
Does he live here?
York,
okay, well he's close by. Yeah, but
he's one of those people who lives in Montclair, that area.
He's never been
the Soprano County.
Oh right, Caldwell, yeah.
Yeah, that area. The Soprano County is just the.
Yeah.
Let's DDoS Gary Bettman. Or let's dox Gary Bettman.
Yeah.
Went to. I'm looking at his Wikipedia. Went to Cornell.
See, he's got a mansion in Boca Raton. Okay.
Boca Raton.
He's got a house in Saddle River, so he does live in
Saddle River. That sounds like a.
It's in Jersey.
That sounds like
it's in Jersey.
It sounds like the Navasink, but way richer and snootier.
Yeah.
Something like Saddle River. I'm assuming that's somewhere in Soprano County.
You're probably right. I have no idea where it is. So
also, I can make jokes about the Sopranos because
you're Italian.
I'm Italian and I live in Jersey.
Right.
So it's a Jersey thing.
Yeah. You've earned it.
I love how us around here we use the Sopranos being shot here as a point of pride, a huge point of pride. We take a lot of pride in the fact that the Sopranos was shot in this state.
Yeah.
Wait, Amar, you've been to all over the country. Does New Mexico have the same amount of enthusiasm for Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul?
Oh yeah, they do.
Out there?
Oh yeah, they're proud of it.
They're proud of Breaking Bad.
They're proud of it. Yeah, even though it kind of
isn't there a statue of? Although The Sopranos doesn't exactly make Jersey look good.
No, but we take pride in that.
We take pride in that. But
yeah.
New Mexico, they have. I think don't they have a statue of Walter White? And
I'm gonna have to look that one up because
somewhere I remember seeing they have a statue.
I've never seen that,
of Walter White and Jesse Pinkman.
They might because
Jesse, we have a statue. Jesse, we got.
Oh yeah. There's a bronze Walter White and Jesse Pinkman statue.
Jesse, we've been turned into statues.
It's at the Albuquerque Convention Center. So
Jesse, we have been turned into statues. Yeah. Jesse, we can't cook. We're statues.
Yeah, they were put up last August. So
yo, Mr. White.
Yes, science.
Mr. White.
They are there. I remember. We got
turned into statues.
There was controversy because they're technically criminals. So, but it's on par with Albuquerque. Albuquerque is a rough town, man. So, I've been there many times. I love that city, but you gotta watch your back, man. So,
yeah, because again, the meth.
Yeah, the meth. It makes people go crazy.
Yeah, the meth.
Yeah, the meth. But they the New Mexico United play. They have a soccer team there, so they got sports. Yeah. Oh, they got the Isotopes too, so they have a minor league baseball team.
In the Better Call Saul, there was a scene where Isotopes thing in his taxi. Yeah, I assume you've watched the season 6 of Better Call Saul.
I have not. I am not caught up. I'm still on season 4, I think. So I'm way behind.
You of all people, AMC man.
I'm behind. I have limited time. I'm either podcasting or traveling. So although I could watch on the plane.
On the plane, yeah. Well,
I'll catch up.
I assume you know every plane Wi-Fi password.
You've inspired me to catch up. So.
Yeah, watch Better Call Saul. Trust me.
Okay.
I was so close to spoiling it.
That's all right.
I was this close because I was operating.
Hey man, it's my own fault. It's my own fault.
I was operating.
My own fault. Thank you though. I appreciate that. I will catch up so I don't get spoiled. So.
Yeah, because at some point someone's going to spoil it. Again, like AMC, I assume you're surrounded by a lot of people from AMC.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Also, like, I love how The Walking Dead, like, the hype of it sort of died out. That, like, I didn't even, like, really know that it...
that it ended?
That it wrapped
yeah,
up.
It did.
I found out from your social medias.
Oh, yeah. I posted something.
That The Walking Dead ended.
Yeah. They had a good run. And then they have all these spin-offs, so they're not dead.
As far as I'm concerned, The Walking Dead was just the opening act for comic book men.
Thank you. The
Walking Dead was the opening act for comic book men.
You're 1,000% correct.
That was the... I got spit facts when I say that, bro.
You are correct. You're correct, sir. All right. Any more breaking news?
I'm
marathon session. I love it.
I am checking Twitter right now.
I think we hit pretty much everything, which I love.
I'm checking. Something's gonna break. Like in between this, like ending between the recording button.
Just in case. Just in case.
The Rodon presser is tomorrow, so it's going to be... I'm sure some hijinks is going to ensue from that.
It would make me laugh if Correa's fails a second physical. And I don't even think Steve cares at this point, though. He's like, we'll just throw money at him and it'll fix itself. His back we'll get him a chiropractor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, some like
he probably knows like the best chiropractor.
We'll $6 million man him. We can rebuild him.
Like, he
can be better, stronger, faster.
The best back cracking YouTuber in the world.
Yeah. Good luck, Carlos.
Like you know those YouTubers I'm talking about, the people who make a living like cracking people's backs, like aren't even professional chiropractors.
Yeah, Carlos, enjoy Queens, my friend, and all that money.
Yeah.
Good luck. All right.
That about wraps it up. Oh my God, good to be back. Good to be back.
Good to have you back.
I'm gonna have again 3 more sessions before I head back to school.
I'll be here.
So, anyways, I don't really have much to plug here.
Okay.
I'm sort of just whatever.
You're back. That's it.
Yeah, I'm back.
Well, more needs to
be back. Said. Everybody knows what I
survived his first semester at college. I love seeing that.
Yeah. Also, I had a joke to make about the Devils. I was about to say, I was like, I tell you, they're like me all semester. They can't score.
Hey-oh. Well, like the Devils, you have plenty of time for that. So, and, when that time comes, may you score often.
We're never gonna score. We're never gonna score.
Wait, I think it's really gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen.
And we don't score. We're never gonna score.
Yeah. Good luck.
This show is Beavis and Butthead.
This show sucks.
This show sucks.
Shut up, bunghole.
Yeah. Damn, Ming Chen. Yeah.
Comic book man. That show sucks.
Comic book man. If Pawn Stars for nerds who live in their
nerds. Fire.
I haven't watched the reboot of Beavis and Butthead.
I haven't either.
I got it. Apparently it's funny because Mike Judge is a genius.
Yes, he is.
He's a brilliant writer. Like King of the Hill was hilarious.
He's amazing.
It's like clever humor too.
Yeah.
Although I wish I could fall down a Beavis and Butthead rabbit hole on TikTok instead of Family Guy. Because on TikTok, all I can see are Family Guy clips. Which I like Family Guy.
Yeah.
Like it's a perfect shut your brain off and watch.
Family Guy's more current. What are you gonna do? The kids love it.
I guess
the TikTok kids love
everybody loves Family Guy. South Park deserves way more Family Guy, and it South Park has multiple Emmys. Which they deserve.
South Park will never die.
Yeah, South Park. Well, because the material writes itself for South Park. They don't have to come.
It's great, isn't it?
They don't have to come up. They just have to follow current events and just rip on them.
Yeah.
And Trey Parker and Matt Stone are really good at that. That's why Paramount paid them $900 million.
Yeah.
To do movies, and I gotta catch up on South Park specials, like the streaming wars.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyways. Oh God. From Ming Chen and a Shared Universe podcast studio. I am Cameron Woolley. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa to those who might or might not celebrate it in the U.S. But overall, for the first time in a while, Stay classy, New Jersey.